Technology discoveries between the 50s and the 60s were a big step for society's development, but it wasn't the best on computer development. One major problem of computers in those days was the compatibility. Early computers had different programs, most of them were incompatible with each other models or brands. Society didn't find a reason to remain loyal to just one brand if all brands were incompatible with each other anyway. So there wasn't really a point on bringing a new computer. The only concerns in those days were usually price and performance. To solve this issue, IBM developed a virtual computer in 1964 called the System 360, which was also an instruction set and had abilities that all machines in the family would support. Each computer in the family would use hardware emulation but also microprogram emulation to create a machine able to run the full S360 instruction set. With this, a low-end machine could include a very simple processor for low cost. There were also other competitors in the computer industry. One of them was Burroughs Corporation, which offered an alternative for the IBM System 360 called the Burroughs Large System B5000 series. The B5000 had virtual memory, symmetric multiprocessing, a multi-programming operating system called the MCP, and also it was written in All Gold 16, which was one of the decent compilers in the early 1963. During these new developments, a new era of computer manufacture was taking place. The first IC, integrated circuit computer, began being sold for 120 and was brought to the commercial market by the electric engineer Jack Kilby. A single IC could have many transistors, resistors, and capacitors along with the associated circuitry.
In November 1966, HP released its first HP 1000 mini computer, the 2116A. It is the company's first product to incorporate digital integrated circuits in its design. Contrary to its name, this model was quite large in modern terms. Their performance was considered mid-range at the time. There are also two extremes, PCs in a modern sense, which was a microcomputer, and mainframes or servers. At the time, microcomputers were easily distinguished by a typical operating system and hardware. This series was the first of HP computers capable of real-time operation, which means it used the real-time executive operating system. In other words, it responded to commands immediately. Moreover, these machines usually performed special tasks in laboratories, plants, and other sites. Their purpose was to collect and process data using sensors. Furthermore, these were all general-purpose computers which had the typical four basic components of the computer of today: an arithmetic logic unit, a central control unit, as well as memory and peripheral control unit, which included input and output devices. These parts were connected through buses, thus by certain wires. Also to note, this is not a computer per se in modern terms, but an instrument controller. This decade also brought the invention of RAM, or random access memory. RAM was created in the 1960s to improve the efficiency of ARPANET. ARPANET was a packet switching network that let people send information from computer to computer. ARPANET's inspiration is what basically led to the creation of the internet. Going back to RAM at the time was a known and used concept. It was memory reserved for writing and reading from in a temporary fashion to be erased every time the computer is turned off. However, in the mid-1960s, RAM required an elaborate system of wires and magnets that was bulky and power-hungry, negating in practice RAM's theoretical efficiency. Dennard's evolutionary achievement was to reduce RAM to a memory cell with only a single transistor. The ultimate effect of Dennard's invention was that a single chip can hold 1 billion or more RAM cells in modern computers. Moreover, in IBM, Robert Dennard was the head of a small research team working on field effect transistors and integrated circuits, which led to the creation of RAM.